Hello my friends, welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I'm Travis. Thank you for checking out this video. If you're somebody who hasn't subscribed yet to this channel, just take a couple of seconds, hit subscribe. It's free and it's good and it's for you. And this is a channel that everybody loves to come to when you want to talk about pro wrestling. That is the goal. We want to grow this to be the biggest wrestling community YouTube has to offer. We're covering things like Raw, SmackDown. I'm probably going to start watching NXT now. We cover Dynamite, AEW sometimes, but not really. It's mostly just Raw and SmackDown and then the storylines that are going on between Raw and SmackDown and everything involved. And just join the channel. It's a great time. You get to talk in the comments with us and everybody that's here on this channel. We get to do emails. It's just, honestly, it's a great community. Boy, oh boy, we have to talk about what happened on SmackDown. Now, I just finished watching it. Not going to lie, not a lot to talk about, but there were some key things that happened on SmackDown that I definitely want to get into. We're going to start with AJ Styles. There was a backstage thing where he was talking to Nick Aldis. I noticed at the nameplate on the bottom where it says AJ Styles, right below his name, it said the OC. And I thought, is he back with the OC? Because didn't he split with them a while back, saying they wanted to be cool with him and team up with him? And this is when he officially turned heel, he kind of turned them down and didn't want anything to do with them. And then now all of a sudden underneath his name it says he's part of the OC. I didn't understand that much. Whatever. We also got a couple of cool teases. I felt like Blair Davenport looks like her feud might be with Naomi. She introduced herself backstage to her, sort of, I guess. But Blair Davenport, it's a good way to get her introduced to the SmackDown crowd and to the WWE audience. Let her feud with Naomi, somebody who definitely knows what they're doing in that ring. I think it's a good matchup for Davenport. I think it's a cool matchup for Naomi. Unfortunately, I feel like Naomi is starting to take on the Natalya role here, where she's just going to face new upcomers and just kind of put them over. I don't want that to happen too much because I really do love Naomi. I feel like she deserves more than what she gets, but it looks like it's going to be Davenport versus Naomi as a feud. I mean, I could be wrong. It just seems that way. They're kind of planting the seeds for it, and I guess. I mean, we're going to have Blair Davenport come out on top on that feud for sure. LA Knight going after Logan Paul is interesting. I think we all kind of saw this coming at some point. It looks like the United States Championship is looking more and more to be in LA Knight's future here. He had a cool little backstage segment with Carmelo Hayes where Hayes kind of messed up the name and then LA Knight kind of called him out on it and stuff like that. I mean, look, LA Knight, I feel like his confidence, and he's always been confident, but I feel like his confidence with his promos are getting better and better. Because I mean, for a while there, it's kind of like what around that time where they tried getting him to team up with Cena and stuff. Like LA Knight was that was when he was first starting to really get blown up with the crowd. Everybody was cheering for him, but it looked like sometimes during his promos he looked a little unsure or the timing was off a little bit. Now when you're seeing LA Knight, it looks like he's completely in control of everything he does, everything he says. LA Knight is ready for a title reign. At this point, I don't give a crap what you put on him. Just put a belt on this guy and just see what he can do. I think LA Knight versus Logan Paul, I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. Maybe it's going to be at SummerSlam, and if it's at SummerSlam, that's Logan Paul's hometown. Is LA Knight really going to beat Logan Paul there? I don't know. So I want to say yes. I think LA Knight's popular enough where if you beat Logan Paul in his own hometown, where Logan Paul will probably get cheered there. I feel like LA Knight's just that popular that people are still going to cheer and not really boo him, even in the state of Ohio. So I think LA Knight's in a good spot right now. I think he's going to win the United States Championship, and I hope he has a memorable and interesting run with the title. We're getting more layers here for this Bloodline story. Paul Heyman backstage looks like he's finally starting to gain some sort of confidence. It's not a lot, but to kind of question Solo with some stuff. He's kind of telling him, hey, I'm the guy that's behind all the strategy. When Roman was in charge, he would come to me. That's why I'm the wise man. We talk about things, we plan things out, we strategize, and then we take action. Whereas Solo, with you in charge, you're kind of just hiring and bringing in these very dangerous people, and there's no strategy behind all of your moves. It's just one violent attack after another, and none of it's really making any sense. Interesting there. I really like that whole dynamic. I remember towards the end there, Paul Heyman was talking to Solo, and Solo said, we have the strategy. And Paul Heyman was talking about how they want to make sure that when Roman gets back, Cody Rhodes is in check. And then Solo said, we have Cody in check, and he doesn't even know it. And Paul Heyman asks, who's we? And then before Solo can answer, Kevin Owens is making his way to the ring. I thought that was very interesting. WWE is just giving you a little bit, just enough, but not everything. And that's going to continue on. This is going to be stretched out for months until Roman gets back. And I'm very intrigued because I don't want this to get boring, where if they do it for too long without any kind of resolution, then it will get pretty boring. So far, it's fine. I like it. I'm tuning in because I want to see what's next for it. But if it's going to be kind of the same thing every single week, you're going to start to lose a lot of people. So I hope WWE starts to bring in different elements, different layers, different avenues and branches in this storyline, because the Bloodline storyline has been the best WWE produced storyline that I think I have ever seen in my entire life. So I hope they keep this going. I hope it gets better. And Paul Heyman, he's starting to lose it. He was in the ring cutting the promo with Kevin Owens, and he just starts going off, talking about how no one listens to him. He's just trying to help. He's just trying to save Kevin Owens. He just wants Roman Reigns back. Paul Heyman is going through the motions right now. You can't help but feel for him, and that says a lot, because he's been one of the most hated guys in WWE for so long. Obviously, well respected by the fans, and a lot of fans love Paul Heyman. But it's just crazy to see Paul Heyman on the other side of things now, where it's he's the victim and he doesn't have control, and he can't control the person that he's managing. It's cool to see that type of Paul Heyman now. And when Roman gets back, we're gonna get a babyface Paul Heyman and a babyface Roman. I want to see so badly where they can go with that. We got to talk about the biggest story, the biggest thing to happen for the show. Did you fall for it? I need to know. You got to leave it in the comments and let me know if you fell for this or not. But AJ Styles, teasing the retirement all night long, shaking hands with people backstage, LA Knight saying respect. I mean, hugging people, coming out in his nice fine suit. AJ Styles looked like he was ready to retire. He even cut a promo about it. And man, he Mark Henry'd us. He certainly Mark Henry'd us. He put on that salmon jacket and he Mark Henry'd the hell out of everybody. He teased this promo about how he's retiring, how he's going to go home and be a phenomenal dad instead of being a phenomenal performer. And look what happened. Cody Rhodes comes out. They hug, they embrace, they share some stuff about their texts that they sent to one another. Man, they got you feeling like this was it. Cody Rhodes got you feeling like this was it. They hugged, he raised his hand, get the cheers from the crowd, and then bam, clothesline from AJ Styles. He's got a lot left in the tank. I love this. And for the longest time, everybody, so far, since Cody Rhodes has become champion, the complaint from a lot of people has been that Cody Rhodes has been a boring champion, for one, and for two, he hasn't had any meaningful storylines. And if you remember, if you've watched my other videos, and if you have watched my other videos, I appreciate that. If you haven't, go back and watch them. I talked about it. I talked about how at first, when it was AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes going against one another at Backlash after WrestleMania, they didn't have much time to build a story. They didn't have much time to get people invested. But here we go. Now they're going to have time. Now they're going to have time to tell a bigger story, a better story, and this will be Cody Rhodes' first feud as WWE champion, where it's actually a very interesting feud where people can sink their teeth into, they can invest into. We're going to have time here to tell some stories over the course of maybe a couple of months. I think this is perfect. This is going to be a big storyline for Cody Rhodes as champ. It's going to be big for AJ Styles. They already had an amazing match at Backlash, and now they're just going to continue this on. Of course, at the end of it, I fully expect Cody Rhodes to come out on top, but finally, we get what a lot of people have been complaining about, right? We get the big time feud, one that makes sense, one that has some story behind it, one where you can really finally follow it and get behind it and support it, and you're going to get rewarded by good storytelling and great matches. And this could not have worked out better for WWE. I don't know if AJ was the original plan. I think might have been Randy Orton. They kind of teased it when they walked up to one another last week, and they kind of just hinted at the fact that Cody Rhodes might be going against Randy Orton. I thought Randy might be going heel, but it looks like Randy Orton's going to take it slow. I don't know if he was legitimately hurt and resting up this week or if they just decided to give him a week off. But it looks like Kevin Owens and Randy Orton are going to be teaming up. And we're going to have to hold off on the Randy versus Cody thing. But I do think that's happening at some point this year. I would love to see it. A heel Randy Orton versus a babyface Cody Rhodes for this WWE Championship. I think it's coming, but maybe not right now. We're going to get AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes. Pardon the pun. That will be a phenomenal feud. I can't wait for it. I also want to know what you think. Are you excited for this feud between the two? I know I am. I can't wait to see it. Maybe this will put some of the Cody haters and the doubters at ease a little bit, to give them something to kind of just watch and follow and kind of just understand that Cody Rhodes' reign is going to be different than Roman Reigns. So, yeah, love that. Good episode of SmackDown. It was pretty solid. Couple bigger things than others, and that was definitely one of them. So you guys let me know what you think about SmackDown tonight. Let me know what you think about the future of Cody Rhodes, how you're feeling about this feud coming up with Cody. And yeah, you guys have a great weekend. I will catch you on the next video, and until we yeet again, my friends, stay bitter.